Hi teachers, here's just a quick video to talk a little bit about the navigation of RazPlus. So when you log in to the program from the Harupa homepage and you're clicking on the resources and then looking for the title for RazPlus, which is, I believe, I think it's a little robot. But once you click on that, it will likely take you to the student management page when you first log in. So to leave the student management page, you're going to want to look at the menu bar on the top of your screen, and you're going to want to click RazPlus. You may not have all these as an option up there, but I'm not sure. I'm in a demo account, but you do want to make sure that you click on RazPlus because that's the licensing that we purchased for Harupa, and that will take you to the RazPlus homepage. You'll also notice we purchased the ELL edition, so that's great too. We have a lot of additional resources because of that. So when you click on resources, I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of what's available here because you can search this way or you can search another way. So I'm going to show you both. So there is curriculum that it's embedded into RazPlus. You'll see they have 32 weeks of content-based instructional materials for K-5 and also a separate set for foundational skills. Now, when you see this little orange planet here that's next to the title, that will tell you that all of these have digital resources that you can share with students as well. So that's what that little orange planet means, is that the resources are digital. They also have level text, and you'll see they have lots of different types of text that you can use with students, which will be great if you're connecting it to your units of study. So if you are in a unit for covering your RI standards, you can look at the nonfiction series. If it's your RL, you can look at the fiction series. So whatever your purpose is, you can definitely drill down even by the type of text that you're looking for within the leveling as well, which is kind of nice. They also have an assessment component that is obviously optional for you, but it is there, and you see a lot of those are even digital, so you might want to take a look at that. They also have the foundational skills, and it's different than what you're going to see up here in the curriculum, but they have a whole bunch of additional activities and books and lessons that you can incorporate for foundational skills. Their focused instruction, you can see here, has other types of instructional materials that you can use, and a lot of those are digital resources as well. Now, the writing, vocabulary, and word work, they do not have a lot of digital resources because those were kind of added to RazPlus with the idea that teachers were going to be copying some of these because, written material is typically where students are actually utilizing like a paper or a graphic organizer or something like that to respond. So there are some digital resources, but most of these are going to be something that you would, either print or share with them during your Google Meet, or it could even be something that if there's a PDF version, you can upload to Seesaw or Google Classroom or something of that sort. So anything that has a PDF link, you can upload and share in another platform, whether it's PSL, Seesaw, Google Classroom, whatever it is that you're using. For our dual immersion teachers, they have a large collection of Spanish materials as well. So you'll be able to check those out, and a lot of digital. There's other world languages that are materials that are available. And then here is the ELL edition, and they have a lot of resources there. That'll be a different video that we'll be covering. But for now, it's just kind of showing you what's available. So you could search that way, or you can simply go up to the top here and you can click in the search box. Maybe you're covering a specific comprehension skill. So if I typed in author's purpose, for example, it remembers my search. So I'm going to click on author's purpose. I'll hit the magnifying glass, and it's going to populate pretty much a gazillion things of what's available for author's purpose. You can see there's 829 items. So now I can drill down even further. So you can drill down by leveling. So this A to Z type of leveling here. So if you know what reading level your students are at, or even if you attach this to a grade level, you can search that way. You can also look by a Lexile level. You can look by the type of text that you want students to engage with to cover author's purpose. And then you can also look at some of these skills that you might want to look at also. So just sharing that. Oh, by the way, if I keep going down, you can also filter by language. So if you just want Spanish materials for author's purpose, for example, you can search that way. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick a letter leveling here. I'm going to do K to P. And now you can see all of these here are that level. So I'm going to go ahead and just open one. So what you can do when you notice that when I hover over a text, it automatically gives me the capability to assign to my class or my students or to add to a folder. So we'll cover some of those organizational tips also in another video, but it is nice to know that it does have the capability, the program, for you to create folders and then put materials into those folders so you have them for future use. Since there's so many available texts and resources for you, it's going to be nice to be able to manage and organize those materials. So I'm going to go ahead and open the book. You can click on it or you can click go to book, either way. Now, I know that with the free licensing that some teachers were using, or even just the A to Z or the Raz Kids licensing, sometimes you didn't have access to all these materials that are underneath. So I know I was able to always view the text on top. This was something I could easily do. But when it came to some of these other pieces, the lesson resources, maybe they had like this projectable, for example, anything like that, I wasn't able to access those. So what's nice with RazPlus is you have access to everything that you see below. So it's really nice to know that. The other cool thing that I really liked is if you're trying to differentiate instruction, you'll notice I opened animal discoveries, and this is a level O, and I can tell because all of these other levels are grayed out and this one is not. So it tells me right away what level this is, tells you how many words, what lexile range it's in. And then for this particular text, there are multi-levels. So if you have students who are reading above that level O, you have other options. You have the same text in a level R and a level U. So in one of our next videos, we'll be talking about rostering and creating groups with your rosters. That'll make it easier to be able to differentiate the types of texts that you're assigning for students. Okay, so the other cool thing is this orange box here. This is going to tell you right away which resources are digital, but also keep in mind anything that has this PDF here, it's going to give you a link. So for example, if I open this one, it's going to drop it down to the bottom of my screen. When I open that up, there's this link up here. So you can take this link, you can copy it, and you can paste it wherever it is you want kids to access this material. So if it's Google Classroom or Seesaw, the way I tried it right now is I sent it to my personal email to see if I could open it, and I was able to. So just keeping that in mind too, if it's a PDF link. Okay. So that's just kind of a quick overview of the resources and kind of how to navigate. We will be talking also about managing students and organizing your materials also in RazPlus in separate videos. So you see how I got there. I'm just going to go right back to our resources over here. I started with author's purpose, remember, by searching right here in the magnifying bar, the search bar. But now I'm going to show you how to do that even with just going through resources. So if I go to level text, maybe I'm in a literature unit and I want to look for fiction text. So I'm going to click on fiction series. Now my advice would be, see, it's already highlighted fiction series, but you can drill down a little more. Here you go. The grade levels are there. They have, like characters that kids will get to know. So for example, there's a whole series on the monsters that are available. So maybe you just want to see that. That sounds fun. So I clicked that and let's see, here are the text. You can see every time I hover, it opens up a box. So I'm trying not to hover and confuse anyone. But you have all these texts to choose from and it works the same way. So if you find one that you like, maybe you see, I don't know, something that can draw the student's attention. So maybe I want to click on let's go to the circus. And again, it takes you back to a similar screen like we just looked at, where you can assign it. You can add this text to a folder. And when you add it, it adds all the materials, of course, too. So just wanting to show this book, too, is also available in another language, which is nice. It doesn't have the other levels, but it does have another language. So it's kind of nice just to go through and look to see what's available. Okay, that was just a quick walkthrough of how to navigate the resources page or the home page for RazPlus.